Hello everyone! So as you may or may not know, Yamaha recently put out an English version of their mobile Vocaloid editor. I know this isn't the kind of video I usually post here, but I've had so many thoughts about the new mobile Vocaloid editor that I thought it would be helpful to make a review of the product. Especially because I have wanted to use the mobile Vocaloid editor for a while now, but couldn't due to it being a paid application on the Japanese App Store. Though it was worth it, because I ended up getting some use of the Japanese App Store. A small disclaimer, I am reviewing exclusively the iPad version, because I genuinely do not understand how one could use this on their phone. It's like people who draw with their fingers on Nibus Paint. I will never get that. Firstly, the pricing. A good starting point, as you cannot actually use the app without a subscription. However, they do offer a free 14-day trial, which I personally think is too short, unless you are already a seasoned Vocaloid/VocalSynth user. I feel like a month's trial would help newcomers get a feel for the program more, as Vocaloid can be very intimidating when starting out. Anyway, the subscription price is only £3.99 a month, totaling to £47.88 for a full year, which is amazing, especially considering the current price of V6, which is £209.32. Moving on from the subscription fee, the voice banks, they are all really inexpensive, especially compared to their PC counterparts. Each voice bank only costs £19.99, with some being on sale or even free at the time of me writing this. MBE's brand new darling, Acer, comes free with the program, along with VY1 Lite. It is a shame that you only get the Lite version and not the full bank. However, VY1's full bank actually comes at a cheaper cost of only £9.99. I think that's a great deal. And hey, at least Yamaha remembered they are allowed to be creative again. Now, back to the sale. My thoughts are kind of mixed on it. On one hand, the V6 default vocals are given away for free during this limited time, which is definitely a positive point. However, the general discount is not that amazing. You get £1 off, that's it. Even my broadcast was unimpressed, like only £1. The voice banks aren't expensive at all, but the fact that they could only spare £1 kinda made me laugh. I love Vocaloid, obviously, but I don't necessarily use it in the traditional sense. I love making Vocaloids talk rather than sing, so I don't really think I could give a detailed explanation of all the nuances of the program. Therefore, I've got my good friend, Haro, to discuss this section. Take it away, homeslice!
I would say the easiest thing about using mobile Vocaloid editor was how uncluttered and simple the UI is. Sure, it does look lackluster, but it's not overwhelming. I would not really call this hard, but it is so simple that if you try to see what different buttons do, you end up discovering a lot of hidden features. I don't think it's too though intuitive, you really gotta think to use it still. The real challenge I did have, however, was using the PIT parameter with the iVocals, because it blends with the automatic tuning they have, and where you are able to change that automatic tuning, you are not able to flatten it completely. Also, correct pitch editing is still not a thing.
君に会いに行くときはいつでも雨が降るざわめくノイズの景色揺らいだ一つの傘
In general, the Vocaloid that are part of MBE feels limited in terms of its features. Though, I pasted the track into a normal Vocaloid part, and I was delighted to see that there are no removed features. It is like if you were using V3.
君に会いに行くときはいつでも雨が降るざ ざわめくノイズの景色、ゆらいだ一つの傘。
The UI is very simple, not in the sense that it is easy to understand, but in the sense that it's lacking. Visually, the aesthetic used is mostly flat and geometric. In my opinion, it's to a fault. I wish I could say more, but there really isn't much to say. It is kind of just unremarkable, and I hate it low. A good point at least is that in the menu, you can at least change the menu image and even customize it by replacing the PNG. But aside from that, I just wish it was more visually interesting. Not the exact same, but it would have been nice if the overall aesthetics was similar to the VOCALOID 6 engine. Now that that's out of the way, I have some other things I wanted to mention that I couldn't fit elsewhere. Behold, the rapid fire round! I wish the app had an Apple Pencil mode. If it doesn't, I have missed it. Please tell me in the comments, because there is nothing more annoying than trying to draw notes with the pencil and then your hand drops on the screen and creates another note. It is also quite a pain when you're trying to scroll through the sequence and you accidentally create a new note. The process of importing a VSQX is needlessly complicated in my opinion. Like, it's not the hardest thing in the world. But it would have been nice if there was a straightforward import feature / file search pop-up, just like how it is for the export feature. There is no VOCALOID changer. MBE is mostly based off of the V3 version of VOCALOID, as far as I know, so this is understandable somewhat. However, with all the VOCALOID AI integration, it would have been nice to have VOCALOID changer be available. I know no one uses it, but I like messing with it, okay? There are some other things that I could mention, but I'd say that what I've spoken about are my main concerns and issues. Overall, I think I recommend using MBE if you're looking for cheaper, slightly simpler version of VOCALOID. Personally, I prefer using my iPad to work and be creative, so I'll definitely be using it despite its flaws. I just hope that Miku English gets added soon. I gotta make class of VOCALOID too eventually.